had it cordoned off? Ragsdale. The MPs and stuff were still on the road. They wouldn't let nobody go out there. Question. If a person were to drive out there today, going north out of town, are we talking 285? Ragsdale. No, Highway 48. You go out 48. You go out here to the truck route, hit 48, and it's about 40 some miles out in there. And no talks about the car being stolen in 1951 when the car with the debris was stolen. I would say 18 inches and 30 inches long, strips off the edge of it. It was a heavy material, but it didn't have no ridges. It was put together with some kind of solder-like stuff. No bumps, no nothing in it. It was about as heavy as duraluminum. It wasn't as brittle. You could take a small piece and it was flexible. Then discussed the stealing of the car with a wrecker and the material was locked in the trunk of the car. And then discussed the break-in of the house where the last of the pieces were stolen about 8 years ago, 1985. Question. Was there a storm that night? Ragsdale. Yeah, there sure was. It was a whale of a storm. Question. Did you hear anything unusual? Did you hear between the cracks of thunder? Ragsdale. Well, it lit up the sky when it came down. It lit up the damn... We thought at first that it was falling star or something. And electric lightning. Man, it was something. Question. You heard something and you saw something? Ragsdale. Yeah, sure did. Because we were laying there in the back of the pickup. The whole sky lit up. We thought it was a star falling. Question. Did you then go to check it out? Ragsdale. Sure did. The next day, sure did. We drove right up on it. She picked up a piece of it, and we had the Jeep parked a little ways away from there, and throwed a piece of it up there somewhere, and I have tried and tried to find where she had throwed that piece. She had a piece, but when she saw the army coming, she throwed it out. She saw them a-coming, and she throwed it out. I doubt that I could even go back to the place. It's been so long. Now begin to talk about the car wreck that really killed her. The remainder of the tape is discussion about the car wreck, the ranchers in the area, and the murder of Mrs. Ragsdale's brother. End of the Roswell Report. Case closed by James McAndrew. Recording by Aaron Bennett.
Thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. Special thanks to all my boys on the Discord server. Much love, enjoy the vid. Main taxi driver stories, anyone? Be me, young taxi guy, driving along native tribe named Lake. See kid walking by the side of the road. 11:30 p.m. Kids dressed in sweat-stained t-shirt and sports shorts, no shoes. Pull off, unlock door and ask him to get in. Nice guy taxi driver.jpg. Kid gets in, thanks me for the ride. Turn up air conditioner to keep him cool. Tells me he's going up to the head of the lake where his parents live. Drop him off, tell him to get some shoes. He laughs and goes inside. Pick up newspaper a couple days later. Kid is dead. Drunk driving. Drove into lake. Find out from cop buddy that kid's body was in car. Happened 2 hours before I picked him up. Still get the heebie-jeebies every time drive by that lake. I have a shit ton more, because Maine is haunted as fuck. Meh, fuck it. I don't get a chance to tell these stories often enough. Halloween is when people wanna hear about it. Get a call to pick up at the south end of the county. Tiny woodland town, maybe 500 residents. No gas station, that's how tiny it is. 8 p.m. at night, late dusk in other words. Still light but limited. Headlights are on. Logging the run while waiting for customer at his trailer which sits right next to a cliffside, earth bank thing leading to a stream below. Toot horn because I waited 5 minutes and nothing. See tall shadowy figure rising up from the bank, figure it's the guy. It is. He gets in back and asks to go to McDonald's, which is like 30 minutes away. Tell him the fare, he's cool with it. Roll up to Mickey D's and roll down rear window so he can order himself. Dude orders 85 cheeseburgers, 100 large fries, and 15 chicken wraps. Why wasn't I invited bro? JPEG. Girl on the mic is all, what the fuck is this nigga on? 30 minutes to get the food ready. Take him home. Ask him why all the food. For my friends who live in the woods. Friends. These guys hate electricity. Hermits, huh? McDonald's big in the hermit community. Hey man, don't knock it, okay? They saved me from the demons that live in my house. Cool guys, they just want fries and burgers in return. They're nice like that. Fare is like 45 bucks. He hands me $200 and asks me to help him bring the stuff to the edge of the bank. Get out, move stuff over. Hear a bunch of bags being opened. Happy grunts. Shake head and get back in car. I've got a few more stories about the Baron of Burgers. Get a call from Central about picking up Burger Baron again. Noontime. Sure, can spot his friends if they want my beef jerky. Sasquatches. Roll up to find BB has axed the telephone pole next to his trailer down. No power to the house now. How did he call? Cell phone probably. Whatever, dude is loaded. Toot the horn. Guy comes over the ridge. Bro has gone full Grizzly Adams. It's been like 2 weeks since Burger stocked down by the stream. Fur coat, raccoon hat. He smells like beef stew. Hey, it's you again. He says as he gets in back again. Yeah, how are your friends? Awesome. We all live in woods now. Yeah? Get the fur coat at Goodwill. Nah man, my friends made it for me. The hat too. Nah, my cousin bought it for me from Cavilla's. Oh. My bad. It's cool, it's a cool hat. Where are we headed, Chief? Up to the mall. It's like 130 up there, man. You're sure? It's all good. Here we go. JPEG. Take him to the mall upstate. He falls asleep in the back. Sleeps like a baby back there. I almost forgot he was here if he didn't smell like soup. We get there, he flashes a 50 and says he'll tag that on top of everything including the tip if I come in and push the cart. Whatever, I'm up for it. We go into the home supply store and he buys blankets, jackets, tents, etc. Building an encampment. Sure am Uncle Josh. Who the fuck are you talking to? I'm David. No, you're Uncle Josh. Hey man, you're paying waiting time so you can call me mama if you want. You're such a card, Uncle Josh. Okay then. Time to check out. Start down the pots and pans aisle. Guy leaps in front of me, shoves me, and the cart back. Uncle Josh, are you crazy? They'll eat you. Pardon me, all to fuck, Chief. I didn't see em. He grabs one of the blankets and drapes it over me as he holds me like an injured soldier and takes me to the cash out. Girl at the counter giggles. They'll eat me. Tell her, winking. She nods slowly as she's scanning the tags. He ponies up 500 in cash and tells her to keep the change. Load up the car. Where to now, daddy? More bucks. He laughs and says to take him home. Falls asleep again. Get him home. He puts 300 in my hand and kisses my cheek. You. See you soon, Uncle Josh. He waves to me as he starts throwing blankets and tents down the embankment. Shut the trunk and cruise away. I got crazy on me, bleh. Burger Baron doesn't ride anymore. The last time I talked to him, he called Central and asked for Uncle Josh. The office knows that's my nickname, I guess. I get on the phone. Hey Chief, it's been a few months. How are you and your friends? We're good. Listen Josh, this is important. I put him on speakerphone. The whole office shuts up and leans in. Okay Chief, what is it? Josh, the dog catches the clover. And he hung up. Boom. Done. Haven't heard from him in 3 years. I live on a lake. Shitty lake camp, but it's a swanky bachelor pad and I'm cool with it. This was back at the end of last summer. Sitting on the front deck, looking across the street to the lake water. Rocking back and forth on the porch swing. The loons are calling, frogs are trying to get laid. It's an LL Bean commercial. I put my hands behind my head and drift off to sleep. I wake up to the sound of something clattering around in my trash cans. Oh come on. I sit up, and look toward the bottom of my driveway. There's this kid poking through my garbage. He's got regular kid clothes. Hey you. Cut the shit. His head snaps up and drops the can's lid. Can't see his eyes, just know he's looking. I stand up and point at him. Go home, leave the trash alone. He stands there, staring. I get the same sinking feeling I did when I heard the coyote bones being snapped. What the fuck now? The kid's arms twitch a bit, like he's got a chill or something running up his spine. Well. He leans down to the trash again. Hey. I step down off of the deck and on the gravel. My foot makes a crunching noise and something dashes into the bushes at the top of my driveway. Kid runs off down the street. I hear his footsteps for a while. I sit down on the steps for a minute contemplating getting a gun. There's a splush in the lake across from my place. Like a frog just jumped into the water or something. The loons stop calling for a minute. Well, time to go inside and lock all the doors and windows. I finally get to bed after locking the house up, and listen to the loons start calling again. Years ago, thought I was in love. Got engaged to an Irish hottie. Good times. Her stepdad liked me, we drank together. They lived in a farming community. Next to Amish, strangely enough. They owned property, about 80 acres or so. 60% of the property is wooded. Stepdad and I are walking in said woods. He's kinda half drunk, half serious, and he starts going off about how the woods are in his blood. Oh yeah? Are you related to Woody the Woodpecker? Let's call him Appleseed. Oh, he's part Maliseed, a tribe from here in Maine. That's cool. Is that why you don't get sunburned? No, it means I turn into a fucking wolf. Ha, no. I stop in my tracks and grab his shoulder. You can't be that drunk already. I'm not kidding. Let me show you my altar. Oh fuck, Indian juju. I follow him quite a ways down in. So far I can't hear cars anymore, or really much more than some annoying birds. He leads me to a clearing, man-made, that sits at the bend of a river. Rushing water. He stands near the edge, and places his hand on a carved stump. Lots of faces carved into it, birds, wolves, foxes, etc. It's not a totem pole, it's just a tree trunk with shit carved into it. Looks super old. He pats the side of it and asks me to come touch it too. I touch it, feels like slimy wood. Okay. He shakes his head. Be glad she loves you. You're as mortal as they come, my friend. I shrug.